no alarm wake up is how I roll. And I get to my desk right over here. I start the day with just nothing scheduled on purpose, and just kind of get to my desk here and just whatever I feel like doing, I do. It comes from combining Rick Rubin and Julie Cameron with Creative Act or Artist Way, and the Creative Act, to combine those two right here. So that first hour that your mind is clear, you don't structure and just kind of do what you find is what you're supposed to do, and you get a lot of creativity done in that first hour. So I'm here for that first hour of the day, and then I start the rest of my day. So I pretty much have the same breakfast every single day, either oatmeal or frosted mini wheats, scrambled egg, no butter, and whole wheat toast. That's what I find to be the best breakfast, and I just keep it the same every day. One less decision you have to make. So next is heading to the day job. I can't take a lot of video or pictures, so I'm going to try my best to take as much as I can. It's just not allowed by the company that I work for. And it's basically the same morning routine on the work days, so you're not going to see much different. The days are pretty much the same, and so main changes are what's happening after work, but I'll show you there. It's now after work, and I was taking pictures of Newfound Glory at the American Gardens Theater. It started downpouring, so they're still playing, but I kind of can't have this out in the rain. But yeah, day continues. So that could possibly be one of the most unfortunate events that I've ever shot and taken pictures of. But we did it. We tried. Ended up being soaked. Went inside. Kept the camera dry. But we got it done. Not the best of pictures, but took them. Took them. But yeah, heading back, doing the rest of my task management apps and project management apps, and trying to figure out what to do next. But at least I know to start YouTube, and that's what's going. That's what we're doing. Cool. Car mount broke, but I'll do it with my hand. So we're after the second work day, which is Monday. Then I have 2 days off. I'm gonna go get Chick-fil-A because I'm trying to get some type of happiness for my weekend, my Tuesday, Wednesday off. And then I'm gonna just start planning what to do next. Cool, thanks. Good. Now Tuesday morning, I just finished journaling and trying to figure out life, which that's an ever ongoing journey. Now I gotta do a couple workouts, then I'm gonna have a phone call with one of my social media clients. We're going with a different approach on social media and pivoting, I guess is the term. And then trying to have new additional goals, new additional direction in life, and new areas of focus. And that's my Tuesday. Luckily, I don't have to do the day job today, which is nice. I can now focus on how to actually progress and go forward in life. So I think I finished When Breath Becomes Air about two weeks ago. And the thing that got to me is Paul had the lung cancer doctor that's split the name, whatever the name of that position, the person that dealt with his lung cancer, it's Dr. Emma or something, and she told him during the final time length, whatever year or two he had left of his life, to find his values and live his life values. Is the main takeaway I got from that book. and combining that with 4,000 weeks in Man's Search for Meaning. You can only get good at so many things in life, and Man's Search for Meaning is what is your unique positioning that you yourself can help. And I have found that, alright, what are my 3 to 5 things? 5 if I'm very, very lucky if you can get good at 5 things. What are 3 if you're really focused? 2 most likely. Is what you're going to get good at. And my 3 values after that I can focus on, and values can change every 3 months, 2 years. Values are going to change throughout your life. You focus on those values right now, adjust, and then you focus on new values, and adjust again. So things are always going to keep changing. And so the 3 values that I have found out after much research that I'm going with are: 1 is my legacy project, 2 is the interpersonal relationships, and 3 would be you have to make money. There's no way in life you can't live money unless you're homeless and picking out of trash cans. And that's in order to have any sort of meaningful life, money needs to be involved. And I spent hours last night and this morning trying to figure out ways to not have to worry about money. And originally I said, like, you have to be an indigenous tribe or homeless. And now I'm even looking to indigenous tribes, they still make money. So basically homeless, and then you only have that reduces your quality of life at that point. So you have to make money in order to live, which is rather unfortunate, because sometimes things that make life worth living and meaningful don't necessarily make money. So you have to have different aspects of your life. You can't just focus on one thing, unfortunately, which is what my mind usually goes to when I hyper-focus on some things. So you have to focus on multiple things. And money is one part. The legacy project, so YouTube and everything that I'm going to try to help and give actual value to life and to humans. And then there's the whole, how do I make money? So those 2 things are, I guess, not mutually exclusive is the term. And then interpersonal relationships, that building a network and everything. So great in college. I was really good at college, really good at that in high school, because you're around people. But then once you get to adulthood and you have a job, that changes very much so. You go in, you clock in, or you do whatever your job that you have, and then you leave, but then you have to act a certain way in your day job, and then so you don't get fired and lose your income and livelihood. And then there's your after work life. So how I act on my day job is different than how I act in life, because I need to keep a livelihood in order to actually pursue things worth making life worth living. So my current day job has given me a lot of perspective in the world, which is super nice. The whole world comes to me, which is really nice. I get to talk to everybody around the literal globe, which is really nice, to see all the perspectives in life. But it's very limiting, and I have to do, it's factory work, basically, is how I like to think of it. I am plug and chug. I do the same task every single day. Is what I mean by factory work. So that even though I'm not technically working in factory, I'm working in customer service entertainment. There's some good aspects of my job, but yet it's not going to make the world a better place in the long term. So, that's the thought for today, Wednesday. I'm gonna keep going throughout the week. Awesome. It's now Thursday, I am tried to figure out. I had to face my fears of making money. If that's a weird thing to fear of making money, because I don't want people to be like, oh, you're just doing this for the money. And after long of thinking of, do you need money? What is money? How do I money? What is that? You kind of have to get it. There's no way for ands or buts around it. 21's pilots, wake up, you got to make money. It's kind of life at this point. So you figure out what is it. There's money, then you have to build your legacy, and also your health and interpersonal relationships are things to focus on. So I'm like, all right, using my unique skills in my positioning, what things can I do to make money? Obviously, there's DJing, photography, social media, what we're doing right now, or what I'm doing right now. Hopefully you're watching it and getting some value out of this. Thank you. What are some high-ticket things that you incorporate everything that I learned? There is business-to-business, high-profile DJing events that you can also promote on social media and make an event out of big profile, high production kind of things, and that's like businesses usually like colleges, schools, those types of bigger budget events. I don't really like weddings so much because they have a person that has a vision and it's very specific, as opposed to, hey, make something cool and fun, which are school events and college events kind of thing, more community events, as opposed to one person with a specific vision. It's a little harder to not get people to say negative things and lots of critiques. I DJ'd several weddings and a lot of them my friends, and they even said like, hey, you could have did better. And it's like, as opposed to school events where everybody like, yes, and banquets and people loved me and autographs, pictures with me. So weddings are just a whole beast in and of itself, so I kind of want to avoid that. So next is, what is it that I need to do next, and kind of going down what do I find that is necessary to do. I know I need to do short form vertical videos. Where am I? I thought of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I have my food, water, and homeostasis in here, and shelter, safety. There is the prestige and accomplishment, which is 3 levels up. And then self-actualization and creativity. So I think getting there, that's what I've been doing a lot. The thing that I've not been lacking is where am I in a community, where am I in a sense of belonging, and where am I supposed to be? What is my position in the world? And then a romantic relationship too. I just broke up with the girlfriend. It's been 2 weeks now since I broke up with the girlfriend, but that's a byproduct for later. You kind of need money. And then what do you do after that? You need to figure out what is it that I need. And those are the main things. So I need to figure out what are some high ticket events that I can sell to. And also I would like to still be creative and express yourself kind of thing. So this is that platform that can do it too. Cool. All right. It's an Eagles game today. It's a Thursday night game, so I'll wear my Eagles shirt too. Check in Friday. So I worked out in the morning. So I have a concert tonight. And 2 things after this 5K. One, I did it. Yay. 2, I had like a healthy dessert last night. And it was the fiber brownie, a little bit of peanut butter on top, and some chocolate milk with sugar-free chocolate syrup. So it's like semi-chocolatey. It was like kind of a dessert. But when I'm doing that last mile, or not last mile, that last 0.1, that's where you're sprinting, or at least I'm sprinting, at the end of that, I started feeling that dessert from last night. So you gotta mind what you eat.
This is 2 points. Mind what you eat all the time. And there's going to be stressful situations all the time in life, and you always have to focus all the time. This is my never switch. Always, the vast majority of the time, you should be focusing. 2 things. Eagles and Phillies played last night. Both of them terrible losses. One to a 1-4 team, and the other one knocked them out of the playoffs. Eagles 1-4, Phillies knocked them out of the playoffs. The pitcher had an error, bases loaded, bottom of the 11th, and he overthrew one of the basemen, which was home plate. He could have did it to first base. So he wasn't 100% focused because it's bottom of the 11th extra innings. And so you're going to have stressful situations like that. I don't know what the stressful situation is going to be in life. It's going to happen. But you just always have to be prepared. So I was not prepared for that last 0.1 of a mile sprint where I started feeling my dessert. So I shouldn't have ate that dessert last night. And I'm probably not going to have a dessert for the foreseeable future. But here we go. This is Friday. I went to concert tonight. There you go.
So now it's Saturday night. So I had basically all Friday, all of Saturday. Went to concert, went really well. Had my pictures were shared by the band, which was super nice. And especially my reel, people were liking that reel, which is like an after movie type reel. And then during the day, that day I had a text message that turned into a phone call from somebody I was thinking about the day before. Was from a entertainment company that I was friendly with, and the entertainment company is expanding. Good for him, and potentially looking for DJs. So I was like, awesome, cool. Now I have a little bit more incentive to practice a little more. So that's what I'm gonna do. Today, I was planning on taking pictures of Starlight, the Disney parade, the nighttime Disney World parade in Magic Kingdom. Unfortunately, the way my entrance pass works, I cannot get into the park today, when usually they lift the blackout dates, I think it's blackout is what they call it, and they didn't. So I was supposed to do that, didn't happen. But hey, utilize that time to now go practice DJing. So it's been a week. You have your ups, your downs, and your average days. So kind of saw that throughout the week. But awesome. See you next week, I guess. And cool.